Hi, this is Sandeep from PAR. Today we are here to discuss a serious question that is asked by many of the property buyers. Why to pay brokerage? As you know, there are four important elements in property buying, specifically the home buying. These four elements are 2B and 2A. 2B are most important because without them, the real estate industry won't survive, won't even exist, I say. That two B's are, one is buyer and the other is builder. But ideally, we have seen that the buyer connects to the builder through two different mediums, and those two different mediums are two A's, that is advertisement or agency. So advertisement and agencies are the mediums by which the buyer connects to the builders or the builder connects to the buyer. So there is a huge responsibility upon their shoulders, the shoulders of agency and the advertisers. But recently we have seen that advertisers are also misleading sometimes and agents are also misleading sometimes, and that is why few companies have come into market blaming the agencies and mentioning a tagline that why to pay brokerage, whereas these companies have their business of brokerage only, they have no other business, but they are mentioning in their advertisement and marketing that why to pay brokerage when you can do it free, whereas when a buyer goes to them, then he realizes that yes, it is not free, but till then the buyer has already shared his data with that company and that company sells this data. Maybe it might be selling the data or might be utilizing this data to create business for them, but the innocent buyer is not aware of this. So that is not the topic to discuss over here in this discussion. The topic here to discuss is that why should anyone have this opportunity to blame that why should brokerage be paid in this deal. So let me explain you a very simple thing, that it is not a brokerage, it is a consultation fee paid to a professional person. Yes, definitely the person mediating should be professional. He should have professional ethics. He should have some binding. He should have some duties so that he can claim the professional consultation. And here, now recently in the market of real estate, we have seen that anyone knowing to discuss about the property, though he is not having a complete knowledge about property, is entering into real estate business as a consultant and trying to make business out over here. But just due to lack of knowledge of this industry, he sometimes pulls the customer into the trap, which unfortunately is painful to the customer, the property buyer only. So after all the analysis, we thought that it is necessary for us to explain all the people, that is all the four elements, that what is necessary and what is RERA basically, so that the people will tend to reduce the mistakes that they usually make in the daily business process. So if you really want to understand what exactly RERA is, what are the rules and regulations laid down in RERA, how can the aggrieved party get solutions through RERA, or forget about getting solutions, how can the property buyer avoid entering into the traps. So to understand all this, we need to understand RERA first neatly. So we request you to subscribe to this channel and just listen or interact with us if you have any doubts regarding the regulations laid down by RERA. Thank you. So hope we'll meet again soon with the detailed discussion on RERA. Thank you.